vs.Daivo Esport. Quick little mic check there, making sure everything was good on the audio levels. And this is going to be our third match of the night. So BAYABA completely upset. First seed down here right now on the eliminations brink. Daivo Esports, Thailand, and the C's last hope to make it into trials this season from the OD, and it's gonna be a fun one to say the least. So we already have our first map confirmed, and it is going to be Busan, picked up by the BAYABA squad thanks to having that extra seed on. And on these two sides, who do we got and why? Where are my pieces of paper, to say the least? Just making sure that all the names are fine and dandy. Where is that? Give this a second though. Making sure that everything is good and clear here. Man, dude, it's like just making sure that all my names are fine, making sure that all my things are good. But we are gonna be getting into our game already. Into Busan we go to start things off. In the meantime, for Daivo, it's a lot easier, of course, to say. Very many familiar names on the Thai scene, and let's get into this one. So welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our third match of today. Who's here for the red hand side? We have McGray, Pally, Ace, High C4, Funny, and CM. Those names very familiar for people who have been keeping up in the Thai scene. I believe that the core of them came from the old Youngblood roster. In the meantime, here for the blue hand side, time to get my piece of pen and paper. Dude, when there are Korean names, my basic way to go about it is get a sticky notes. If you hear some writing, that's probably me. So first hand, for the first guy, we do have Chong Sal. Alongside him is Aki, Bono. We have Gyukyuki back on that May. We also have Reinhardt, and finally our last guy is Naruto. So there you go. That is gonna be our roster here for BAYABA. Chong Sao, yeah, I'm gonna practice real quick. Chong Sao on the Lucio. Like, one thing I know I've learned from basically working in the Pacific scene is what you want to do is you want to be able to pronounce all these names properly. Make sure that, since there's a lot of different characters, especially if you're playing against Thais, Japanese, Chinese, the Koreans, they all have these different characters. So you make sure that they're all pronounceable and you don't butcher them. But right now, High C is actually butchering everyone from above. Daivo Esport off to a hot start. Flashbang already on. Bono will be able to get that teammate, the Diva. Gonna be a target by this point. NCSM running people over, and Daivo Esport, I was just talking about the other team. It seems like they want attention on them. And the Thai squad starting things off strong. So ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our match right here, right now. This is pretty hype, and I love to see the last C hopeful versus the #1 seed here in the lower bracket. Whoever wins gets a trial slot. Whoever loses gonna go home with nothing. And Ace, McCree, and Polly looking to make sure that Thailand will be represented even more into the trials. That C will have its heyday. Fire grenade now connecting onto Bono. There you go with the stun stagger and into a potential takedown later on. There you go, McCray. Gonna swoop for that one. Shadow right here, right now though from Arpen, looking to set things up. And a boost right here, right now as well onto for Funny. And Pally allowing Daivo Esport to stay alive with their front line stabilized. McCray doing the same. And there's a spawn cap here from Daivo Esport. They have shown that they truly belong in this scene. They're not from Korea, they're not from Japan, but they do have such good moxie here in the Pacific playoffs. If you've been checking out the brackets, guys, you can really see it has been this tale of two countries. It is Korea versus Japan in many of these scenes. With Daivo Esports, the lone Thai team, really showing that they do belong. Freeze now coming online. Arpen frozen up while he's nano boosted. And High C gets a lock on. Here we go with a takedown onto Bono. But oh, Bono gonna get two after the boop there from Chongsal, setting things up. Still though, BAYABA looking to be in a spot of trouble. Blizzard coming online right here, right now. Ace trying to stay alive. McGray trying his best, but their pair packs are just not gonna be enough in this day and age. Now Shatter available here for Funny. A drop on down here, and now from Arpen swinging along at the Blues. BAYABA looking to take control, but for Funny with the shutdown already. 2-for-1 trade. High C is just demolishing everyone in his path. This McCree on this high ground, such a tactical advantage. As overtime takes away, Aki spins around just to die. This is pretty much Mecha base in Daivo's corner. Can they actually secure this one? Headshot there. Takedown onto the Diva, onto the Ana. And High C just rampaging here. Daivo Esport with the extremely surprising 100-0. But you can tell, if they are here to stay and they are here to slay some Korean teams, BAYABA has to be on notice.
Ready for battle.
A big point here for BAYABA is they were just unable to answer High C at any point in time. Playing the ground game, dropping down onto Mecha base so early allowed the McCree to just have free shot after free shot after free shot. But as I said before, BAYABA, a very well practiced team. They took the 1 seed. They only had 1 match loss. So this team is here to stay and is here to play. We'll see what kind of adjustments they're going to do into this one. It's going to be a Ashe. No, back to the McCree we go. We saw an Ashe earlier on for BAYABA, but Aki can go for that McCree instead. In the meantime, Gukyoki will be playing that Doomfist. Here we do have Naruto onto that Bora and Chongsal onto Lucio. Lucio Muerde yet again, all about brawling, allowing Arpen to close the gap. In the meantime, it's going to be the side of Daivo Esport playing that Brigitte yet again. And playing the break does put you in a slower spot, but it allows you to respond in kind. You're not the initiator. You do respond, you do react in many scenarios. And if your team suits it in the first place, well, you're going to get a lot of value with the hero. High C though has to back on out, unable to get some shots this time. This is in Mecha Base's Sanctuary. A little harder to do what he did earlier on. And BAYABA coming back with swift revenge. They get the point back. By this point in time, Daivo Esport will look to regroup and will look to recoup their roster. Pally though quite low already, 70% and counting though on that nano boost. And this Ana might be the game changer here. Ace, never mind, gonna get 2 for none. Absolutely. Ice block into the freeze. Bono trying to stay alive, not gonna happen. McCree in the meantime, nano boosted up. And it's Brigitte, 2-3 frags on the board. The red hand side of Daivo Esports deciding to turn things around, and that's exactly what we were talking about. It seems like BAYABA pushing a little too much again. Good reaction there. Ace with a double kill to start things off, and Daivo Esports gets a flip on back. Anyway, though, the fight is not over yet for BAYABA. They have a lot of ultimates coming online, and they are looking to kit things out. At the very least, self-destruct though into the shatter, and Bono gonna wipe the floor out of Daivo Esport. The fight is over before it even begins. The only one left onto the point gonna be NCM dancing along to the blues. Gonna get D-Mech, will get taken down, unable to contest in time. Let's just check that one out again. Self-destruct just evaporating those 2 bodies. A little too easy there for BAYABA. Beautiful, beautiful play from the blue hand side. And overall, BAYABA just slowly but surely understanding how to play against their opposition. They can't really full commit like that. They can't rush in with someone lagging behind. They need to make sure to bait something out of the Brigitte, and there you go already. Fade to get on the way, but the Blizzard is there as well from Ace. The blue hand side right now trying to survive, trying to stabilize, but Naruto unable to keep things up. Yukioki with the punch, but it isn't gonna be it. Ace with another solid play. The Mei tosses the Blizzard, allows the red hand side to push Daivo Esport using the rally to put McCree at the forefront. And by this point in time, Daivo Esport looking to get that retake. They want to be able to make sure that they can get this objective. They can go for this 2-0 and really boost their confidence. Illusion now of Chongsal trying to dance on that point, but it seems like the taiko drum has exposed him. Stepping on the drum makes a sound, and that is gonna be the whimper of the Lucio dying into the mountain range. Anyway though, still BAYABA gonna be holding close. They're gonna be playing at the corner. NCS themselves destruct! And it's gonna be a takedown there. Aki going down to the hand of the red Diva. Arpen falling as well, and Daivo Esports just destroying everything in front of them. A self-destruct into a sweep. What a play from Daivo. And I can only see so many good things about them right now. Honestly, coming into this, you would expect that BAYABA should be able to just have the advantage against Daivo. But no, Daivo has not only been such a good competitor, but have really been setting the tempo with their reactionary plays. Sure, the Brigitte, it makes them a little slower, but they're able to just find the stuns, find the CC against their opponents. And by this point in time, Arpen on the left-hand side, here we go with a charge courtesy of 4 Funny. He has the shatter available. It's a 1-for-1 trade. Coalescence right here, right now. And here we go with another shatter from 4 Funny. No one's laughing now because everyone is dead on the side of BAYABA. That is more or less a team kill. Who's the only one left? We do have Chongsal hiding on the side. Has he been spotted? That's gonna be the real question. Can they get the touch? Wrecking ball here and now for Arpin. Shot still keeping on coming, and the stun is there. It's too late for BAYABA. Daivo Esport with the amazing 2-0. Wow. Just wow. Play of the game goes over to Bono though. The self-destruct play was really cool there from BAYABA, but just a little too late for our #1 seed. What a showdown there. But in the end, it's Daivo taking that one by storm. Daivo Esports, 69%, 88%, huge kill participation rates from so many sides of Daivo, and you can really see that the supports are a key part of their offensive, a key part of everything they're trying to do. We're just gonna get confirmation on to that map, but yes, Busan taken by Daivo Esport. BAYABA will be looking to pick the next map, which is gonna be of the hybrid type. And thank you guys for tuning on in. This one is one for the books. Daivo Esport right now with a 1-0 advantage. There you go, confirmed. Busan going in favor of the Thai squad. But we are not done yet, ladies and gents. Daivo still needs 2 more maps. And BAYABA looking poised to go for a sweep after that one map loss. In the meantime, remember, we don't have a second stream anymore. Far East Society is done for the day. So we are going to be doing this lower bracket round match. And hopefully, we can get another one by 8 PM to round things up. In the meantime, seems like everyone's rushing for this. Into map number 2 we go. King's Row gonna be our designation. Daivo deciding, hey, we're gonna be on the attack yet again. We feeling very confident with how potent we can be. And there you go already. King's Row, visualize. It's time to get into this one. BAYABA on the blue hand side. Daivo on the red. Who's gonna take the victory here? We'll find out in just a moment. So welcome guys to the lower bracket round number 2. 6 PM game in our Open Division Pacific coverage. And shoutouts again to the Taiwan Office of Blizzard. Shoutouts to Far East Society, and shoutouts to all the teams who have made this possible. And of course guys, a big thank you for tuning on and supporting the stream, supporting the scene. And that's a big one. You know, if we have some good numbers, we have some good credence, they might bring back that Pacific coverage, and I would love to be a part of that. I mean, if it's a Chinese stream, well, I guess I can't be part of that, that's for sure. Living in the Philippines, English is my primary one. Filipino the other, and well, I can't really converse with that in this same, same verbiage. But I digress. Enough of the fancy words, let's get back into the fights. It's Chongsal playing that Brigitte this time. We'll see how this is gonna pan out with BAYABA actually looking to basically mirror the opposition. Aki gonna be playing that Ashe. We saw some really good success a while ago against Akihabara. And yes, a Mei and an Ashe together again. But finally we see a Pharah into this game. And I like that Ace is playing this Pharah, but it might be very dangerous, of course, against Aki on that Ashe. We'll see if the range game will go in favor of Daivo Esport or BAYABA. But there we go with the boop already. For Funny, unable to stay alive. And CS Daivo bullying Aki. And it's time for Ace to shine! You know guys, the Ace card is truly the one you look for in the deck. And Heisei though, gonna be the king of hearts into this one. Gets a takedown onto Bono. Here comes the grenades, here comes the rocket from above. And an explosion of success here for Daivo Esport. They're playing compositions that you would say are not as standard as before. But Daivo Esports is really just playing a very comfortable roster, a very comfortable feel. And the Brigitte and Pharah picks are not really off meta to begin with. They aren't really your standard Hanzo, McCree, May, Reaper, but they do have their different, they have different roles, and they do have different counters. Interesting enough though, BAYABA still not responding in kind to this. They are trying to make things work. Here we go with Heisei now, rampaging, got the DMEC, got the takedown onto Bono. The corner being contested by BAYABA. But anyway, NCSM maybe out in the front, and I think we have solved. I don't want to jinx it, guys, but I think we've solved all our issues, so we can just focus on the action here and now. Rock Barrage though is available. Ace gonna be coming closer and closer. It's probably because it's no longer the day, it's nighttime, and the sun is gone. But you know what else is gone? That's gonna be the honor of Naruto falling on down. Rocket Rush available. It's time to make it rain. And ace. Another set of kills here for our Farah. Solid effort so far into this game. Let's check that one out yet again from the side of Daivo Esport. Look at Ace just point down and click on the adventure to begin with. Anyway though, we will see a potential contest here and now, but for Funny in the face of the opposition. Trying to shut down Arpin from coming closer and closer. Deadeye here and now from High C, but a counter nano boost here. Arpin coming onto the front line. Has the shatter. Will get stunned though by for Funny, and that is the proper angle for Daivo Esport to just push all the way in. They're taking care of everyone. They have taken names, and with 5:31 on the clock, Daivo Esport is not looking like the underdog whatsoever anymore. What's happening here to BAYABA? That's gonna be a real question. They are gonna try to regroup and recoup. And having seen the previous match, they do find a good way to mellow out. But Daivo is just looking like an avalanche so far. For Funny right now, Nano boosted up. 2, 3 kills on the board. Here we go with a takedown onto Bob as well, just for good measure. And look at that, staring the Butler in the face. Daivo Esport right now, mopping up everything. Interesting enough, they're still playing this Ashe though. And might not be the best pick in this regard. Sure, the Ashe can get some value with the Dynamite. Bob is a good one as well. But you just don't have that damage compared to the McCree. Flashbang, of course, a good CQC maneuver, good for crowd control. But here comes BAYABA coming on back. 3, 4 kills yet again. Bono with another beautiful self-destruct. We do have a Genji actually here for Gyukyuki. And it might be a good way to actually turn things around. Team kill here for BAYABA. They are gonna look to stabilize. And I like the approach here for BAYABA right now. They decided to play the Genji. They realize that Daivo is playing meta, but not fully. Like a dip into meta. And they can do the same. They whip out the Genji right now. We'll see if this is going to work out anytime soon or any well for them, especially a Nano Blade coming online within the 30 percentile. Shadow though here from Arpin, gonna be able to get a stun on to 2. McRae staying alive though, and here comes the Genji mopping up. That's what you want to see the Genji do. Cleanup crew is here. Cyborg Ninja Enterprises gonna be calling that one back. Solid efforts here for BAYABA. Spawn advantage coming in their favor, and there you go already. BAYABA looking to come on back, showing, hey, we're not done yet whatsoever. We are still in this fight. We are still showing up into this match. And now the sand barrier is available. Here go though with the Deadeye. High C looking to lock on. And either side is legitimately done, guys. It is a metaphor. It is a figure of speech. But you know what? I'm gonna figure Aki charging that Deadeye. Sand barrier though, but oh, for Funny with the flag shatter yet again gets the stun onto 4. And here comes the Reinhardt rampaging one more time. And the blade is out. Nano Bladed is on duty. Gets the cut onto Pally in behind. And just a mess of a melee that allows Daivo Esport to get some kills, sure. But with the sacrifice of the Genji, it's BAYABA who holds steadfast. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. What a brawl, what a fight, what a dash, and what a shatter. All these factors. And this is the knockout round game that we are looking for. But Daivo Esport still with the advantage, coming closer and closer to the end of the points. In the meantime, here comes Gyukyuki going for that punch. He's on the Doofus right now. Self-destruct though in behind, and it's a 2-for-none trade. And 2-for-none trade is not really a trade whatsoever, isn't it? It's really one of those things. You go on Steam or something, as there you go with the eats onto AC Blizzard. You go on Steam, right? And you ask for a trade, but you don't really put anything. So that's, you know, that's the best kind of trade. You get free items. But here we are still gonna be on. We have Aki on the right-hand side. Deadeye is available. Flashbang rolling out to get on the way. Deadeye being charged, and Pally going down. BAYABA. Seems like the slumbering dragon has woken on up. And BAYABA is looking to just erase any of their mistakes so far. In the meantime though, there we go with that fire strike. And by this point in time, the Nano Boost is available here and now for Naruto. Topping up Aki. My explosive position though, looking, he's being very cheeky right now. But for Funny, all eyes on him. The star of the show basically with the shatter on downs. A fights between Arpen and For Funny have always been a spectacle. And again, For Funny wins out that matchup. Unfortunately, though, Sandbar there from the side of Chongsal, keeping him alive. Graviton Surge in response, and CSM pushing forward. The red hand side. Oh, here comes Arpen! Just destroying that one. And this is where you might think Daivo should be swapping things out. They play the there you go. They play the Zarya. Then go back to the Diva. Will allow them to take that high ground away from Bono. McRae in the meantime playing the Zenyatta, and oh, Chongsal will play the Zen also. Now I feel like BAYABA is not being true to himself. Look at their logo, guys. It's a Zenyatta being crossed out. I would expect them to just focus everything on McRae, make sure that Trans doesn't come online anytime soon. And CSM is falling down into the abyss. But anyway, a lot of ultimates here now for BAYABA. Deadeye being primed though by High C. Ice Block, Ice Bolt are there. No kills so far, but Arpen with the Shatter. Aki looks for the point. Self-destruct in behind. And that's gonna be a flurry of kills going in favor of BAYABA so far. The Blizzard is there. Here comes Aki right now, rampaging. And overall, Team Blue of BAYABA gets that team kill. This is the #1 seed that we were looking for. It seems like that was just a slow start there from BAYABA. Daivo Esports looking a little worse for wear. But they have been able to brawl, they have been able to fight. And now they are going to be looking into a last-ditch effort. High C gets the touch. And here comes For Funny as well. He's close to the Shatter and CSM onto that Wrecking Ball. But Anubis and Doomfist might be able to turn things around. High C right now with a snipe takes care of the Zenyatta first. Aki though, as well as Doomfist getting on board. And it's time for Gyokyoki to rampage. Here we go with the Shatter from For Funny. This time, gonna get blocked up. And that will be the show here for Daivo Esport. BAYABA is back. BAYABA is woken up. And they will be able to defend the 3rd points of King's Row. Oh, this action is pretty intense, to say the least. In the meantime, guys, you know, we'll just wait on for the next one. And what's a showdown so far between Daivo and BAYABA. This is a match that is truly worth its weight in gold, and we are only done with 2 of them. So we'll see how far we can go into this matchup in the first place. In the meantime, though, BAYABA able to put a stop to pretty much anything that Daivo had to offer. Oh, we're gonna need a pause real quick. Seems like Pally unfortunately disconnected, and yeah, we'll be right. We're back. I was gonna drink water, but I suddenly paused. I was like, oh, put the cup back, put the cup away. We're fine. We're live. We gotta put my face on. And it seems like maybe it's just Daivo fixing the VPNs, potentially making sure that they are all fine and dandy in terms of their ping. We are the Asian region is where we play on. The Asian region is the default for OD Pacific, even though SEA countries are grouped into America. As Blizzard why, I don't know myself. It has something to do with the language we speak. But yeah, basically, so the Thai guys will have to try and find a good way to connect to these servers. I know some of them were even, like, not this team in particular, if I'm guessing, I'm just talking about it, but I've heard other Thai teams who did really fly to Korea for instances like this, just to make sure that they can truly compete in the past. And that'd be really cool if Daivo actually did that too. But Daivo is such a young core to begin with. I feel like I've seen them grow. I've seen these players so many times already throughout the scenes, throughout the years, and this is a really good culmination for them. If they can make it to trials this season, that would be amazing. If not, they are going to be primed for a really good run into the next one at the end of this month. Yeah, at the end of this month, the next season will start. So there you go. You're seeing a lot of C hopefuls actually, as well as Japanese hopefuls, thanks to these playoffs. Because without the region lock, sure, the Koreans come back, but at the same time, if you can compete with them, then well, you are gonna be at the top of the top. You can beat on against your fellow regioneers. Anyway, though, we are gonna be looking to make things happen. And just talking about the game real quick, BAYABA just look a little lost there on the second points, on the first point either, but by the third they were able to stabilize. They played the Genji, it was effective to a point, getting a few snipes here and there, but they realized its effectivity was gone as soon as the Nana Blade came out, because Daivo was building into a more stable meta composition, and seems like Pally is back into the game, so we are gonna get back into the next round. But yeah, overall, BAYABA just having the right swaps at the right time, having the right ideas about things, and it's back to being in King's Row. Now, King's Row is a pretty cute map, and finally I can actually drink some water. Whew, casting for how long? It's pretty tiring, even though there were pretty big breaks, honestly. Anyway though, guys, I digress. Here we do have a little bit of music here from Chongsal, just showing us what he has in the bag. But on the flip side, interesting, we finally see a Batiste here, and now it's gonna be McCray playing that BAP. No Brigitte whatsoever. It seems like they are looking to have a little more mid-range into this one, and especially allow High C to pop off and pop heads. Still though, the fight's gonna be headed off by Widowmaker here, and now by Gokyuki. Seems like it's gonna be a swap instead. Back to the Doomfist. And we've seen this before. BAYABA really likes that Doomfist on Gokyuki. Doomfist is like, never mind, I don't want to go out. I don't want to go outside the house, mom. It's raining acid all throughout. But yeah, Gokyuki, a pretty effective Doomfist, but when you start it off, it does get telegraphed pretty easily. By this day and age, Doomfist is a pick that you usually do as a surprise. Sure, some of the best Doomfist players can still play it, but it really depends on how high you can go with it in the first place. Arpin right now though with it, take down onto one. Here comes BAYABA going around, High C being juggled basically, but the McCree struggling to hit his shots, and BAYABA right now in control of the points, getting to the objective by the 1 minute mark. This is the BAYABA we expected. This is the BAYABA we were looking to see. And with a minute on in, they get 2 ticks already. Good maneuverability there from Gokyuki. Exactly what I was talking about. If you still don't want to play the Doomfist, you can do shenanigans like that, but it still feels a little more clunky than it was before. Anyway though, let's get back into this one. For funny, throwing out that fire strike along the way. And to the high ground we go, NCSM. Slowly just get a little bit of that scouting information. And that's what really opened up in the meta because of the D.Va. Having those thrusters allows you to get intel at any point in time. Look up, go down. Make it pretty simple. Akido actually getting rid of for funny. Daivo Esport huddling together like a team. But this is one instance where you don't want to do that because the Reinhardt shatters. That shield breaks, and the bullets connect onto the metal clad. Bono though, getting on the board, and it is all BAYABA all day into this one. The Korean squad turning things around. It's a clean push now, past the S-bend, past those 2 corners, moving into the third. How can Daivo rather respond? For funny, was such an instrument of destruction with those shatters, but right now, this is gonna be a very difficult endeavor. Because they're looking around, they're making sure that everything is good to go. Shatter's still available here now for Funny. Arpin doing the same, has the same sleep. They're connecting into the sun, and it is gonna be the long night's goodbye here and now to that poor McCree. BAYABA has turned it on. They have been looking to get to the station. They forgot their keys, but as soon as the vehicles have been opened, destruction is literally on Daivo's doorstep. 5:27 on the clock, and right at this point, Magic still available here from McCurry, but it seems like Daivo's plan not working out pretty well this time. Iso, interesting enough, goes over to that Ashe. Not a Widow, not a Hanzo. Not gonna be the best shield break here, but the Magics might be able to do something else. Still though, good push here from BAYABA. They don't respect the Magics, they just go past it. And 2-3 frags roll on the board perhaps? No, it's gonna be an eat. Oh, there you go, the fire grenade, courtesy of Naruto, gonna clean up 2. That is a value grenade there. That's a Hail Mary Kobe shots from our Ana. Rest in peace, my man. 2 meters left, no contest whatsoever, and BAYABA will take a map back. They are back, guys. They have woken up, and the beast is ready to unleash its carnage. Daivo Esport, in the meantime, showing a lot of promise, but promises are not enough in the face of adversity like this. There the game goes over to NCSM. Now it's just a huge flurry from the side of Daivo there. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Our maps have been updated. Busan going over to Daivo, but King's Row taken there by BAYABA. a good way to come back at this. And the naysayers are like, is this it? Is this gonna be upset? But wow, indeed, Bayaba is back. Uh, the Koreans are looking quite unstoppable so far, but Daivo have really shown that they do have the potential in them to make it happen. Next one, Escort first. Escort is third map. I think everyone makes that mistake. Third map is Escort, and the fourth map is Assault. So I'm just making sure that everything is good to go in terms of the match. So since we're trying to discuss the maps, we'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back, guys, and we are gonna be going into this one. It is gonna be Havana, chosen here by Daivo. So it's time to get into Havana, listen to that music, enjoy the coast, and I believe, yes, it is going to be a side swap right here, right now. Bayaba going to be playing the attack first. It's Daivo on the defense. And it seems like Bayaba is looking to snowball from everything they've done so far in that previous map. Let's get into the match and let's get into the Cuban shores. It's time to see how Havana is going to be a place of battle. So welcome back, guys, to map number 3 in the loser round, the loser bracket, round number 2. Again, prize for who wins this, trials. Prize who loses this, 20 bucks each, lizard balance. But really, that those top 8 slots are something everyone is playing for. And who will take it here and now? That's gonna be the real question. Will this truly be a Torbjorn from High C? If they do it, and if they do it and it works, I am Daivo Esport fanboy forever. Like, not gonna lie. Hard bias, Daivo Esport best team if they make it work. But it's I digress. It's really high stakes here and now. The Pacific playoffs are a pretty big deal, especially for the region. Sneaky cheeky. And I like this. I like this strategy. I like this approach on Havana a lot more. Playing close, really just throwing your bodies on the payload, being as annoying as possible, basically, just like mosquitoes.
5, 4, 3,
Anyway, though, it's time. Daivo gonna be on the inside, just chilling, looking for a little bit of a reception. And here they come out in the forefront already. They were trying to hide in the corner, making sure that they weren't gonna get exposed anytime soon. Hammer swings are about ice wall set on up here now by Ace. And for Funny in the forefront yet again. But Aki playing the Pharah this time. Interesting enough, no mercy. So Lone Pharah in the air versus a McCree, but who cares? Because that is the doofus of Gukyoki shutting things down. Aki will have clear skies by this point. Oh no, Diana Pally getting some good shots on, forcing the Pharah to back on now. It's a very interesting approach here by Bayaba. They're playing this naked Pharah against a Diva, against a Nana, against a McCree, and it works. I guess I'm on Team Bayaba now in terms of the things that shouldn't work, but they do, Alex. Aki flying around. The thing about Havana though, they're good geometry to actually hide. And I like this here from Aki. Shaking on the corner, making sure that the Pharah isn't going to get spotted anytime soon. In the meantime, the rocket shots keep on coming. Nana boost onto the Pharah by this point. Rocket barrage as well, a suicide trip, getting not much done. But the Nana boost mitigation pretty effective. For Funny though does get a pick up onto Parpin. An opportunity right here, right now for Bayaba to come closer and closer. McRae with that coalescence, keeping the beam on going. Here we go with the Blizzard as well as the Sapphire on the other side. But this is Bayaba getting the advantage. Gukyoki looking unstoppable on the Doofus so far. Never mind, a self-destruct and a sleep dart should be able to shut that down. Nights, no waking up whatsoever. That is going to be shades of the past in past wars. But Heisey hiding in behind. Self-destruct there onto that car. It seems like it isn't gonna be like Fallout. It isn't gonna blow up into a big explosion anytime soon. Shattered right now for Funny does take care of the Lucian. No more speed here for the red hand side. But apparently Aki wants to get back into the fight quickly. Tracer, kill potential if the one clip happens. Arpin though with a quick little charge. And it actually catches out Ace. That is so unfortunate here and now. Shadow connecting. 4 more of McRae to the floor. Gonna get wiped out. And CSM is the only one left out of the mech, and into the second point we go. And here we go yet again. Time to go for the push here and now for BAYABA. And by the way guys, as far as I know, there are a few teams who do stream their games. Not like this though, this is a little different. They have player perspectives, so if you guys do know how to look around, you might be able to find that. Heisey turns around, trying to get the lock on, doesn't get much out of it. But yeah, if there are any issues sharing links like Twitch, well, I'll just check out the chat later on. But feel free to send people off like, hey, look at this game, hey, look at that game, and hey, look at that pulse bomb actually cleaning up poor McRae. Heisey though, dropping on down. Arpin completely bullied. 3:25 on the clock here for BAYABA. They are gonna have to reset. Aki now swaps over back to the McCree as High C has shown its value so far. There you go. Twitch links are okay. I know there are a bunch of links that are banned here, but that is not one of them. Anyway, High C staying on this first, making sure that everything is good in the hood. Self-destruct though available here and now by NCSM, looking to drop on down. And here go with the meter strike in behind, looking to go for a landing or two. For Funny though with a tag on the one, Sleep Dart connecting, and Pally staying up on top. Self-destruct used up there. Uppercut though, courtesy of Yukuki yet again, but this time NCSM giving chase. And it really is just a dogfight between the Divas as well as that Doof is getting involved. NCSM has to brave the danger zone for this one. Shattered through the payload, doesn't even care. For Funny, creativity at its finest. And BAYABA forced to retreat yet again. Seems like playing into For Funny is not the way to go for BAYABA. This Reinhardt looking quite imposing. Just a juggernaut of strength. And here we go with the charge. Looking for a pin or two. Coalescence in the meantime from McRae. Pointing and clicking. Self-destruct is there. So to the high ground we go. And now it's time. Coalescence in behind. High C in the meantime getting that dead eye on. And a boosted Reinhardt though. Fire strike being tossed, and Ace and High C on the board yet again. Here comes the Genji right here, right now from Group Key. This might be red though pretty easily. Yes, it does. It takes a while, as we said before, that for that Genji to come online. So it really is a make or break moment here for BAYABA. They are going to be basically sacrificing their time back to allow that play to happen. Never mind, as I say that, he goes for a swap onto the Tracer. And it's a Brigitte here for Chongsal as well. Now, Chongsal gonna be looking for a little bit of that CC, and BAYABA will want to take high ground away from the opposition. In the meantime, Daivo still wants to contest for it, but the closer the Brigitte gets, the more effective it can be. So we'll see what kind of decision that Daivo is going to go on after even taking care of Ace to start things off. Charge right now, and our friend bringing For Funny to no man's land. That's going to be a long goodbye to our Blue Reinhardt, and this is just BAYABA winning that one out with extreme simplicity. They walk up the stairs, they take the stairs. That's the analysis right there, guys. What a way to go though. Daivo right now looking to chokehold. BAYABA looking to make the #1 seed fight for their life. So though, BAYABA getting that push on, contest perhaps here, and now a good ice wall here from Ace might turn things around. He's on to the Mei, and that's something I realized from Daivo, as they get shattered down. NCS them though, bargainated on up. Anti-heal is there, counter shatter, does get a stun on the break as well as the Reinhardt. Both go into a puddle on the wall. And Daivo Esports getting things back. So this is what I've noticed from Daivo Esports throughout. They are not afraid to swap. They are not afraid to change the compositions, and they are not afraid to play something a little different. It still is the norm, but it is a norm with enough normality. It's not something so out there, so easily counterable if figured out. It really is just a play style. It really is a flexibility that allows them to change things up. Self-destruct beautifully done, and the choke there from Daivo Esport is just a noose tightening on BAYABA's neck. 1 point half of the map.
Switching sides.
Well done there to Daivo Esport, but the fight is not over yet. They have to go on their own attack, and they need to do even better.
Initiating match.
Anyway, though, by this point in time, it's time to get back into this matchup. In the meantime, let's just quickly check out the brackets, what's going on in the other matches by this point. So, I believe we do already have knockouts, which were unfortunately Akihabara, Sabagad, Kaizen, aka FESBTTB, and Crescent. Still though, in terms of other results, Team for Revenge 1-0 against Zero. Kingdom and UND not getting any results out of that one yet. Zenith Fortuna 2-0. I believe chat was talking about V3. From what I remember. 1-0 perhaps? I don't remember. Speed Game GG versus IU, nothing much there. And here we are on the last parts of the bracket. BAYABA versus Daivo Esports. Has been a very fun match to check out, that's for sure. Anyway though, it's time to get back into the action. Daivo looking to go for a pretty strong blitzkrieg. They are going to be playing that Hanzo and that McCree though. In the meantime, McCree Doomfist, BAYABA looking to play as comfortable as possible. Aki lagging behind, seems like couldn't decide what to play on. It's a Batisto here and now for Naruto. Holding close is the way of the game here for the BYB squad.
Stop the payload.
And now it's time for BAYABA to be out in front yet again. The truck gonna get covered by a spray. It seems like Arpen looking to make sure that his name is on that payload. But the only thing left off him is gonna be his corpse in front of the truck. Now it just pushes the poor Reinhardt armor away as Daivo Esport literally mops the floor out of BAYABA's feet. Daivo Esport knowing, hey, we just did that, so we know how to play against it. Utilizing all those doors, playing the range game even though it's so close. And now we see a swap. It's gonna be a Genji as well as an Ana here and now for Chongsal Gokyuki on that Genji itself. But the thing about it, like we said before, it takes a while to charge things up. A very risky pick, especially if you're unable to get the proper hits. But if you get the executions, well, it's a snowball effect going awry for Funny though. And to heal on up. Ifield looking to keep him alive. Counter Ifield here and now, and BAYABA pushing forward. No fear here, no one can die at any point. And the red hand side looking to be in control after that first fight. Daivo Esport back to the drawing board. Have to recoup inside of that garage. Anyway though, seems like Sniper's Alley going out really well in favor for Aki instead of Ace and Heisey. The important part here for Daivo will be looking to go for that crossfire, even though it's not double sniper. The Hanzo is flexible enough, is mobile enough to go for a different angle. I see in the meantime that are available, a lot of ultimates here for Daivo, but it seems like BAYABA will have a similar scenario. After Jigsaw sets, for Funny taking nap, Shatter right now, putting the Reinhardt to the floor. That bug has never been fixed, ladies and gents. And Arpen getting on the board, self-destruct in behind, but it's NCSM getting the kill there. What's a big bomb from Daivo Esport. Ace showing his stuff as well. And that is a team kill thanks to the Diva as well as that Hanzo. Anyway though, Dragon Strike to cover that one up, and that self-destruct. Just Arpen too far forward, cannot help his team at any points. Daivo Esport though still not out of the woods yet. Here comes the Diva right here, right now from Bono, trying to get closer and closer. In the meantime, Icy now locking on Shatter onto one. Poor solo Shatter onto Bono, but Aki, can he actually get it out? The Diva gets it away, and CSM bullying the McCree. And the payload getting captured. 4 minutes on the time bank. A good safeguard here for Daivo. BAYABA has to turn things around if they want to take this one already, but losing Chongsal like that is not the way to go about things.
Take your medicine.
Gonna be a free corner and a half here and now for Daivo. Seems like BAYABA is just waiting on for that Anana boost, but it's taking Chongsal a little too long in this regard. All of the action has been focused onto the backline of BAYABA, and Daivo Esport is really putting a huge wrench in the plans of the Korean squad. Icy getting back on the board yet again. And this is just the McCree having a field day. Genji Blade though out and about, gets cut onto one, good deflect there. And oh my god, it's a Genji Hero Blade! I feel perfectly set there by the Red Batiste as well. Naruto keeping Gyukyuki alive. But beyond that, that's 3 kills for the price of an ultimate that takes a little too long to charge up in my perspective. But you can see how artful the Genji can be, how great Gyukyuki can move around the map. And this is why he likes playing the Doomfist, likes playing the Genji. All about that mobility, all about having that free moment. But in this day and age, not really the most effective picks. They're still pretty good. They still have the roles, but they are not the top tier anymore. Anyway, the red hand side, he's staying on his high ground, but Ace actually getting the snipe on. Aki caught, will get taken down there. In the meantime, here we go yet again. Genji, nano boost up, allowing him to safely try and get all of this. In the meantime, McCree getting back on the board. Here comes a push right here, right now. Shatter briefly done by Arpen. It's time to go for the swings. Time to go for the hits. Aki on the flip side, getting the takedown. Deadeye is available. And here comes the Amp Matrix yet again. Slow and steady push here for Daivo Esport, but they are caught at the junction. It seems like the tall feed is just a little too much for them to handle in the first place. Anyway though, there we go with the sleep darts. And if you guys talking about if Jupiter doesn't even bother playing, I would think it would be the same thing like a Terra seeding. They'll just get auto buy. I'm not too sure though. We'll have to wait on that after this weekend. But Ace with a few right clicks along the way. Aki in the meantime, Deadeye is available, staying on this high ground. But here comes High C creeping, crawling. Flashbang found the hammer from long range. Good control there from High C. Didn't expect him to actually go for the FTH. But it's a 4-for-2 trade. Bono able to even get the self-destruct onto the McCree's eye field. And the Reinhardt staying alive, able to turn things around. What a throw there from Naruto. He is really a gold medalist discus player. Ace though, a little better on the Winter Olympics. And now Daivo Esport still having 2 on the payload, but this might actually hurt their comeback if they can't stay alive for long enough. Ace going down, and CSM self-destruct, unable to get much done. And oh, was this Bayaba's plan all along? They get the stagger onto 2, less than a minute remaining. Bono right now gonna be on the right hand side, with all eyes on either Genji or the Reinhardt. Before Funny gets a shatter on the Cyborg Ninja, that might be game, set, and match. On the flip side, conversely, if that Genji Blade gets value, well, that might be— oh no, they're doing it again! The shield doesn't crack though. Beautifully done by NCSM. Chat now connecting onto Arpen. Here we go with the Blade, courtesy of the red Genji. And Gyukyuki with 1, able to get 2. Doesn't even need a nano. What a well-executed movement there. The 2 win conditions coming to a head. Bayaba able to take that one. Survey says they should be able to take this map, but it's not over yet. 10 seconds remaining. Can someone touch? Seems like High C is going to be on that duty. Bono though, already making sure that the flank is covered. One more blink! Unable to get it! And overtime will still take, but the Tracer has already gone. 5v6 scenario into this one. NCSM going to that high ground. And in the meantime, Ace ready with the Blizzard, trying to get closer and closer. Good target prioritization there from Bayaba, knowing exactly who has what. And Bayaba gonna take this one by storm. Still a close match though. Korean squad has shown that they really have Daivo's number by this point. Hero Blades there from Gyukyuki versus the sharpshooting of High C. It seems like Bayaba just having a little bit of the edge by this point. Will we see something different onto the 4th map? That's gonna be the real question. Will we get a 5th map? We have the game there onto the McCree. Daivo Esport now on the ropes. 1 map left to give. I didn't even have a map left to give actually. 1 last map, and Bayaba rather will be able to take this W. Anyway though, we are going to be going into another map. Seems like the music suddenly played for some reason, but we are expecting that 2CP map to come here, and now it's potentially going to be Temple of Anubis. I know that most people are picking that map for some reason. The only thing I would think of is because it was a pretty popular map for many. It was in the World Cup map pool. It was also there in It was also there in, what do you say? It was also there on last season. The 2CP thing didn't change. Oops, I just edited that on the fly. Nice one. Nice production there. Yeah, Temple of Anubis is going to be confirmed by this point. And there you go. We are going to see confirmation. Pretend that never happened, guys. TOA going to be into this one. It seems like both sides are ready to go. Map number 4 yet again. BAYABA gonna be defending this time, which is pretty interesting to say the least. A while ago they went on the attack first. This time they're like, okay, might be able to hold a little better if we go on the D itself. Now it's time to get back into Temple of Anubis. It's gonna be the action here and now into the sands yet again. BAYABA on the left, Daivo Esport on the right. Let's get it on, let's get it done. Let's get this map going. Welcome back, guys, and it's gonna be time for BAYABA to look for match point. It's gonna be time for Daivo to look to stay alive. And it's gonna be time for us to check out what Temple of Anubis has in store for us. TOA. A little mix of sand, of technology, and a lot of frustration playing onto CP. And is this the ace in the hole here for Heisey? We haven't seen much of the Sombra. I still think it is a pretty good pick for a number of reasons, for a number of instances. But it does get outclassed in terms of the damage, and some of the members right now of the meta doesn't really need as many abilities as you would think. The thing about playing the Sombra though is it's a very easy way to charge that EMP, because with D.Va in the meta, one hack and then your hull will get breached. It's time for the shots to come. EMP comes online quickly, and there you go already. In the meantime though, BAYABA gonna be defending on this high ground yet again. Arpen playing this Reinhardt's. Bono in the meantime gonna drop on down. And overall, good scouting information there. The thing about BAYABA though, they don't know that the Sombra is scoping around as of yet until now. There you go, 50 seconds on in. And this has to be BAYABA looking around and making sure that their lines are not infiltrated, to say the least. I like the movement though, they're backing on out, giving space, making sure that they are a little close to one another, or at least have sight lines of each other. Anyway though, there we go with the charge. Hack connecting on to Bono. Heisey playing this a little more old school. We'll be going for that EMP instead of any assassinations. But Aki actually getting the kill onto Ace and McRae first. Now the thing about playing the Sombra, the drawback of it is, especially if you're playing the EMP style, you're sacrificing these first fights as a 5v6. You're not looking to get any kills, you're just looking to poke the prod to get that EMP quicker. But 1/3 of the way, Heisey gonna have 35%. But with the 1 minute mark, this is not really a good rate here and now for our red Sombra. Hacking out the Ana instead, and here comes Bono looking for the peel. A lot of damage being done honestly by the D.Va, 53% right now on that EMP. Bono though coming closer, Ace with a dash on in, and it's time for the Genji to look for the slice and dice. Anubis tossed out, and surprise, surprise, Genji play here and now from Daivo Esports. A very, very comfortable roster, a very, very comfortable dive allows them to turn things around and jump on in. Mop up, clean up the red hand side of Daivo Esports, getting 2 ticks to their name, getting that third halfway into that time bank. Not a bad way to go about things.
I'm out of here.
And surprise, surprise indeed, we were paying attention to that Sombra, but Daivo Esport was using it as a diversion in the same way. Down came the Genji. It was a really safe way to get that blade. So if you nano boost your Genji before the blade happens, it usually allows them to just run in anyway and go for some free hits. Allow them to get the blade into the next fight. It's an investment. The real question is, will it be enough? Ace trying to go for the deflect, doesn't happen. Arpen actually getting the pin. For funny though, gets revenge on back. But overall, Daivo Esport a little too down and out in terms of members. Will want to disengage. McRae getting sleep darted while wall riding. Good shot there. Courtesy of Chongsal. Fight though, still keeping on in the first place. We got this Nana boost, we got this Genji blade, we got this Shatter, all ready to go here and now for the blue hand side. In the meantime though, Ace ready with the Dragon. Heisey on the flip side has that EMP. And Sombra right now looking for an angle, looking for an opportunity to get as close as possible. Anyway though, fight is not over yet. Here comes High C by this point in time, swinging away at the Blues. In the meantime though, there we go with the Genji. Now Blade is out and about, Sandbar tossed that as well. Trying to get a few more swings, McRae in the meantime, Sandbar used up. And Daivo Esport with the advantage so far, but they're not on the point yet. They're fighting into the catacombs. They're trying to get away from the shatter, and CSM the only one stunned up. Self-destruct though, tossed out there by Bono. Neither side getting much done there, but here comes the EMP by this point. High C. Look for a target, sees the Reinhardt, sees the Brigitte. Silence yet again, onto the Reinhardt, but it's rampaging, getting closer and closer to that Sombra, gonna get the clock on. Arpin just holding steadfast, holding that left click strong. It doesn't even matter what happens by this point, because Daivo Esports is being beaten back. It's all about trades, and with spawn advantage in favor of the defense, well, BAYABA is happy to take those at any point in time. But can Daivo turn things around? High C has swapped over to the Sombra. It seems like the experiment hasn't been able to work out well here for Daivo. But again, he's still staying on. Dragon Blade available here, enough for Ace. In the meantime, the Brig, as well as the Reinhardt, coming close to their ultimates. CQC, gonna be very, very scary as BAYABA will look to crawl, will look to go for some melee, will look for some chivalry. A pick off onto Ace though very early, and oh no, this is really dangerous for Daivo. They know that they are down man, and they are just gonna take this into their faces. It's a swift kick in the head, and the best way to just get about it is to take it as cleanly as possible. Easy kills here now, and CSM though will get T-Mix. Will be forced to get on the way. Bono gonna get that takedown. It's actually very interesting that they go for the kill onto the Baby Diva when this is a map where you can't actually kill yourself, so could have been a little better staggered there, but I digress. Dragon Blade right here, right now from Ace, doesn't even care about going waiting for that Nano Blade, and he will suffer under his own choices. Shatter there from Arpin, turns around, gets the stun. Sandbar right here, right now, fighting on the forefronts. Self-destruct though, toss, will it get much? And no, not whatsoever. Counter Shatter though, for funny, setting things up. Counter Dragon Blade, there we go with it, CC yet again. And the deflect is on, Pally going down, headshot connecting, Bono sweeping on in. And what a messy affair, corpses littering the fields of the Temple of Anubis, but the sands will just quickly sink with those corpses as BAYABA yet again holds the line. Holor indeed. And Bono has always been at a perch, always making sure that High C cannot really go anywhere with that Reaper, always making sure that information is being briefed to BAYABA's side. Anyway, though, Shatter right here, right now. Arpin going for the stun and pass for funny, able to get 3. Another fight swept by BAYABA. And the thing about BAYABA, you can realize that they are a slow starting team in instances. Like in the previous maps, their first points haven't really been good. But when you got a little later into the match, then well, there you go. BAYABA is able to show up. So the fight isn't over yet. Daivo took that first map early on, but where is the Daivo that was dominated by BAYABA? It seems like they're the ones getting whipped around instead. Back here for Bono. And the blue hand side of BAYABA just forcing the fight in front of that opening. Anyway though, it's time to go for the engagement yet again. Sleep Dart connecting, trying to go for that Reaper. In the meantime, self-destruct in behind. Rally Azure, but SCSM still able to get to. Now with the fight here in the first points, Daivo has to make a decision. Will they take long here for this engagement, or will someone be sent to that second point? It seems like they don't really have the time to choose whatsoever, because with 5 seconds left, it's a race against time for NCSM. The Diva trying a little too late though. The Baby Diva walking, hobbling, will get stunned, will get taken down. And the race against time ends in favor of BAYABA right there. If I want to do something about that point, they should have sent one out and played with their spawn instead, because that was very, very aggressive. Honestly, a little abrasive there from BAYABA. Spawn camping, that's heavy. But when the going gets tough, and you can feel that you have gotten tougher, well, BAYABA full of confidence, looking to take the win here and now. So this is all about Daivo's defense here. This first point is gonna be so important. What is a raid? A raid is basically a host, but it has more active viewers. So when you host, everyone who has your stream on or whatever, everyone who's watching actively, they'll immediately get directed to the channel you're hosting. But when you do for raid, instead you ask people, there's a prompt, hey, do you wanna join this raid? And basically you interact with the other stream. As there you go, yeah, pause as we're talking about Twitch things right now. But yeah, so basically your raids are a lot more, what do you say, a lot more accurate, because you know at least those 9 people right now with the right there, those 9 people that they are actively watching whatever the streamer was watching in the first place. I mean, it isn't a full 100%, but that's basically how it goes. So yeah, I don't know, I got distracted about that. In terms of this game though, the BAYABA show has finally shown up. It seems like Act 3, it seems like a satisfying ending, not like the Game of Thrones. And we'll see if BAYABA can actually be the White Walkers that were promised and just destroy everything that we know and love, especially the Purple Sea scene here for Daivo Esports. We are waiting on, oh, McCray gonna be disconnecting, so a little bit of the reconnect action here and now. And that's one other problem of the C scene. Disconnects happen a lot more often. We don't have stable nets. Actually, like, in my case, I can't really stream directly on Twitch. I have to use something else just to have a stable connection. It is what it is. But anyway, though, Temple of Anubis has become the stomping grounds of BAYABA, and this time they are going to be looking to play something a little different. Will it work out? So will this dive composition here for BAYABA work out in their favor? Seems like though we are going to be having Daivo back in full strength. The offense right now, looking for the dive, but what will the defense run? It seems like the Ryan Diva is in the cards yet again. So yes, Ryan Diva here now, For Funny and NCSM, back to those pretty comfortable picks to say the least. Like, I've seen For Funny destroy with that Reinhardt, and NCSM, big bombs all abound. I need to work a little harder together to try and shut down the BAYABA squad. Ace still onto that Mei, Heisey on the McCree. And then Moira on now, more about the healing in now between McCree and Polly. Daivo Esports though. They'll be fighting for their life. They look so strong, they look so promising at the start. But right now, it seems like they are looking a little more like intro boys into this one. Still, Daivo Esport, they have won my respect. I mean, they've always had it, but they have proven a lot more, especially on that first map. But actually right now, the headshot is there, and you can really feel the tilts. The scales are going heavily in favor of BAYABA. A first frag right now. Daivo Esport looking a little grim in this one. And that is a very swift capture here for BAYABA. So by this point in time, there is no way for Daivo to take this win. BAYABA needs to get one tick, and that's gonna be it. This is a last stand. This is a last-ditch effort for Daivo Esports just to fight for another map. And we'll see if they can make this happen. At 6:15 on the clock, the final countdown here and now. BAYABA gonna be out in front. Did they actually get the fast strike onto the reflag? I don't think so. Anyway though, enough about the grim action. We'll see if Daivo can get things done. They are close to coalescence, so they do have hope. They do have a prayer. But at the same time, Power Rage coming online here for Arpin. Into the backline we go already. The Winston Power Rage is popped just in time. For Funny trying to go for the charge, doesn't get it. But still, Arpin quite low, has to begin to disengage. Good frag here and now from BAYABA. They get two, and this might be the sweep that we're looking for here in Temple of Anubis. Teams like the 2 CB map type just not working well with Daivo. For Funny charging, smashes into the wall, and the chances of the Thai team to get into trials are fading so fast. Self-destruct is there. Dragon Blade right now with the nano boost, and this Genji from Gyokyoki has shown its worth. BAYABA takes the series 3-1, a very respectable effort there from Daivo Esport, but the 1 seed stays alive to live to fight another day, moves into trials, and I can't wait to see more from the future of Daivo. They have shown that they truly have this potential. Just a little more push, and they can make it. And it's so easy now with OD coming back at the end of the month. Well, I can only wish the best there for Daivo, as BAYABA will be moving on to face off against the winner of the match between Speed Game GG, or Aries Gaming rather, as well as IU. Solid match there, guys. One for the books. One to remember, and that scoreline didn't really matter till the end. Sure, Temple of Anubis was a wash for Daivo, but you can say the same that our first map was a complete wash for Bayaba itself. And what's a way to go about things? Bayaba confirmed to get 3 of those maps in the first place. There you go, all already. And yeah, just TOA, completely dominant affair. Seems like Genji is back. Kappa Pride, guys. I'd say Genji has its uses if you're really good. Doomfist has its uses if you're really good. Yukiki was really good with what he did, basically saving his team. But there you go, 3 Bayabas and you're out. Busan going in favor of Daivo. Overall though, I love how Daivo played their tank line, especially NCMM and for funny. They have really shown so much. The DPS line and support line doing a really good job as well. But it's just not good enough against Bayaba by that point. There was really that outclass as the match went longer. You saw a lot of hope there on the first map. On the second, it's like, oh, Bayaba just came back at it. And on the third, that defense was very pesky for Daivo, but when Bayaba was able to shut them down too, Temple of Anubis happened, and just a slippery slope sometimes, and you can feel the weight on Daivo's shoulders just seeing how they played that last round. But I digress, they did such a great job in my books. Not a bad result for the season. Hope to see more from them later on. And Bayaba, as expected, still sits alive. That 1 seed has those expectations thrust onto you, and well, they are meeting it pretty well in this stead. So guys, we will be looking into the other results of this day, and we'll be hopeful that we can get an 8 p.m. matchup going. The thing is, again, we don't have everyone's permission, but at the same time, stay tuned here. We'll be making announcements within the hour if we are going to get that match, so stick around guys. Thank you for tuning on into this one. It has been a great day so far. Hopefully we get another one into the near future, so I'll see you guys later.